Hey YouTube, it's me Robin, and I'm coming back with video number 2 because I'm still at the computer and I got more stuff to say. So I wanted to talk to you about the pretty lady on the train, and those who are very close to me know this story. Um, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know that one of the major driving forces behind a lot of things that I do in my life are because of a stranger. Um, when I was about, I want to say I was about 11, 10 or 11 years old. And, I grew up in New York City and I was on the train one day. My home life was, it wasn't happy. I had a very low self esteem. I was going through a lot of abuse and things of that nature. And I wasn't an overall happy kid. I didn't feel right about myself. I just I wasn't happy. And one day I was on the train with my mother, and she would she would give us these books called Tell Me Why, and we would have to read these books the whole time we were outside. Like, in any question you have, like why is the sky blue, like it was in this book, and we read the answer, and this just it was like a kiddie encyclopedia. And so we would usually be on the train reading books, never really paying attention to anybody else. Just anytime we went with her, we had to have a book. Well, this time I didn't have a book. And I was in the train just, looking down at my feet. And I looked up and there was this pretty, pretty lady. And she was standing across from me. And I looked up at her. She looked down at me and she smiled. And she smiled at me like I was beautiful. She smiled at me like I was okay. She smiled at me like I was smart. She smiled at me like I had every opportunity in the world. I could be amazing. I could do anything in the world I wanted to. She smiled at me like I was a normal child. She smiled at me like she didn't see my scars, that like it wasn't easy to tell that I was just a terrible, terrible child with it. She smiled at me. And that may not be major for some people, especially if you didn't come up in a place like New York where people don't generally smile at each other on trains, or, even if it's a child. Like, people just aren't that friendly. Post 9/11, people have gotten a lot better, but people just aren't that friendly there. And so I just remember sitting there while she was on that train, and I would like peek back up at her, and she would still be smiling at me. And it was just one stop on the train, and it changed like my whole life. It changed my whole life. It changed the whole way that I see things. Now, to be 29 years old, and I still remember her. Like, I don't remember what she looks like, and I don't know how tall she was. I definitely don't know her name. I don't know anything about this lady except she was pretty, and I know how she made me feel. I know how she made me feel so good inside. And here is this stranger, a stranger, and she just, she helped to shape who I am as a person. Something so simple as smiling at me in the train affected the way, I see so many different things, the way I see the world around me, the way I see how I should treat other people. I'm just so, I'm so thankful to that. I'm so thankful to her. And I'm so thankful to God for putting her in my life at that moment, so that she could give me that, because that's exactly what I needed. Her smiling at me was the equivalent of a ear, to a person who needs to talk, or a hug when someone needs a hug, or just being there for someone when they need you to be like, that's what that smile did for me. It changed the whole game for me. So I think about her, and then I know that she is just as big of a part of why I am the way I am as my upbringing, as my parents, as my siblings, as my marriage, as everything was. Like, she is just as big of a part. And that's why I make these videos. And that's why I really genuinely try to just see the bigger picture and everything, because me wallowing in my own self pity may stop me from smiling at the next person who really needs it. That may stop me from being there for someone who really needs me to be there. That may stop that hair keeps sticking up. That may stop me from doing exactly what I need to do when I need to do it. I may miss the train. So I just I want to be that lady. I want to be that lady for somebody else. I want to be that smile for somebody else. I want to be that hug for somebody else. I want to be that I'm listening to you. I'm here for you. Tell me, for somebody else. And people laugh at me because I go places and I always seem to find strangers. And I just talk to everybody, and it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter, what you have going on. I just talk to people because I genuinely love people, because I really, really, I want to be that for somebody else. I want to offer what was given to me to somebody else. I want to pay that gift that she gave me. I want to pay it forward. So this is why I do these videos. This is why if you ever see me in the supermarket, I will probably talk to you. This is just why I try to stay with the smile on my face, and I try to, you know, assess my surroundings and notice what somebody else may be going through, and just love up on them. This is why I am me. I owe a great chunk of that to that pretty lady on the train who changed my whole life and changed the way I saw myself for the better with that one smile. So I thank you for watching. I love you. You guys are awesome. And I will catch you next time, okay? Have a blessed night. If I don't come back on and make another video. And what else? Yeah, God willing, I will see you again. I love you. Bye. Okay, so my video wasn't technically over. I decided to come back and just, can I stress this to you again, that you guys are like the best, the best, the best. Every time I think I figured out like how awesome you guys are, I get another email. Then I'm like, you guys are even more awesome than I originally thought. So I had to come back on here and just tell you that you are awesome. And I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. And you keep giving me love. I'm going to give it right back. I got a surplus of this stuff. So I'll see you guys another time, God willing. Thank you, thank you. Have a great night. Bye.